Hey, thanks for stopping back. We're going to install the Ridetech Shockwave kit on the front of the 56 today. And with me I've got John from Ridetech. He's going to explain a little bit of the components that come with it.
Guys, we're going to start on the front. We're going to use upper control arms, our strong arms on the lowers, and then our patented shockwaves on the front to make this wagon ride and drive perfect.
Now that we've got our full front end kit from Ridetech installed, we're going to go ahead and install a strong bar front sway bar kit to our 56.
Why don't you tell us what's different about your sway bar that you use in this kit?
Got it. Our tubular sway bar that we use is not only bigger, but it's a hollow bar that allows you to a lot quicker rebound on when the sway bar flexes. It allows it to snap back a lot quicker, and we actually rate our sway bars. We have a sway bar rater. We know what the rate of this sway bar is as opposed to some of the others on the market, and we use our patented posi link instead of the old pogo stick mounts to allow for a lot better articulation on these and a lot less noise.
The 4-bar setup is a partial bolt-in kit. It does require some welding and precise measurements, and is crucial that the pinion angle is set correctly. I suggest before anything is welded, you make sure the car is level and the rear end is set at ride height. The measurements and any info you need are gone over in the instructions and are easy to follow. Also, any hardware is included in the kit you will need. We opted to weld the kit in rather than bolt, which is not necessary on all of it.
Now that we've got all the hard parts installed, we're going to install the Ride Pro digital leveling system with level sensors. So let's go at it. On this build, we are going to remotely mount most of our stuff so it's hidden. So we're going to mount our valve block, our compressor, our tank, and our ECU in different spots in this car so it doesn't look like there's a control system at all. On this car, we are going to use the leveling sensors for the Ride Pro system. Basically, on this car, because we're going to have passengers and luggage and coolers and lawn chairs and all that from time to time, it's going to make the system a lot more accurate. Instead of just basing the presets off of air pressure, we're going to use these level sensors as well. It'll make things a lot easier. So the age-old question when installing an air ride system is, do I need ride height sensors? Well, it's a good question. If you're going to use a pressure-based system only, then let's just say on this particular wagon, it's going to take 75 pounds of air in the front and 50 in the rear to get the desired ride height. So you set your preset to that setting. So anytime you hit preset number 1 to go to ride height, it puts 75 pounds of air in the front and it puts 50 in the rear. Okay, everything's going great. Let's say you pick up another couple and you're going to go out to eat and you have a cooler in the back. And you hit preset 2 and you have 450 extra pounds in there. It's going to go back and put 75 in the front and 50 in the rear. But that is all the computer knows is to go back to that pressure. It doesn't know what the ride height of the vehicle is. So if you add in the ride height sensors, a little above my head, there's an algorithm in the computer that takes into account the level of the vehicle using these sensors. So what it'll do is it'll cross-check the level of the vehicle versus the pressure and tell itself that, hey, I am at the right pressure, but I'm not at the right level. So it'll add pressure to get back to the original level that you had set if you have the ride height sensors. If you don't, you'll have to manually put some air in to get it back up to where it needs to be because of the added weight. The system can't know without the level sensor. So if you're it just kind of depends on what you're doing. Some people start out with a pressure-based system and add these later because it can be a little inaccurate if you have varying loads. We just got done putting in most of the fittings for a control system, and I just want to go over a few tips so that you don't have to come back and fix things later. Now, we already have a little bit of Teflon on these fittings, but it's always a good idea to go a round or two of tape or some extra paste on there so you don't have any leaks. We got our pressure transducers and our fittings into our valve block, and that's ready to go, and our fittings in our tank. I do want to cover one of probably the things that's overlooked a little bit on an air system, and that's how important it is on how you cut your airline. Now, we always use DOT fittings, so that helps your chances of not having a leak. But when you're cutting this airline, it's really important that you get a square cut on that and that you don't use something that will smash the airline. So a really, really sharp set of scissor type tools like this, or a razor blade or something that's really sharp, and make sure that you don't smash or change the outside diameter of this. And take a look when you're putting this together. If there are any cuts or anything in there, that when you put this into the O-ring in there, it can get a leak. So that's one thing that's really going to disappoint you when you're done. If you have a bunch of leaks you have to go back and fix. So a little time ahead to prepare will save you a lot of time in the end. slowing down.
Hey, I want to thank John from Ridetech for helping us with the install on the wagon. The Shockwave kit, it really looks cool on this thing. What do you think?
I think the stance is perfect and went off without a hitch.